Good evening, guys. I thought I'd come back and talk about that co-authoring with another writer. Okay, I mean that say maybe you take a writing class and you meet somebody that really thinks like you do and has a lot of good ideas, and you both sit together and you talk and you wonder how it would be if she and I got together and wrote romantic books or mystery books. And so you two talk about it and you decide, yeah, we'll co-author a book together. Okay, sounds really great. And there are benefits. Greater creativity, shared workload. One can write on one section and the other one pick it up and carry it on. And it just sounds so fantastic. And you agree on, how you're going to divide the royalties and the creativity. Maybe you might write a couple of chapters, and the other co-author writes a couple of chapters. It just sounds good. So that's one of the good points. But one of the bad points is when one thinks that they're doing more than the other person, and whose name's going to go on the book first, and then how the royalties going to be shared. That's stuff you need to talk about because everybody's different. You may feel that that she's not contributing as much as you are, so why should she get as much royalties or he get as much royalties? That you should get more than her. So all that stuff has to come together. You have to agree on how many hours you're going to each write. Maybe you co-write together in the same room, and she's dealing out ideas and you're putting them down. Or maybe she says, I work better by myself. Just tell me what you want, and I'll write these chapters. And then when you get them, that's not what you want. So, see, you have to make sure the person's in the same frame of mind that you are, thinking along the same lines. It sounds good. You go to these writing classes and you hear people talking, you think, oh boy, that person or that guy or that girl would be a great person to help me on my book. Those are things you got to consider because everybody doesn't think the same. They may have similar ideas, but putting them down on paper is another thing. So co-authoring is beneficial that you share the workload, and one person can go to the book signing if the other person can't. So you keep the the productivity rolling. So those are good things to do, but you also have to realize that whose name's going to go on the book, what kind of agreement you're going to set up, how you're going to divide the royalties. All that is very important. All of that. So you want to make sure that you understand that, before you commit to writing. Somebody may one day ask you, let's write a book together. And you may have had experience with before what happened. And so you want to sit down and plan it all out. Exactly what's going to be, who's going to do what, how many hours you're going to spend, how the royalties is going to be divided, what kind of agreement you're going to sign, and make it all legal. Or else it can really be a mess. So co-authoring the book is great to do if you find somebody that loves the same genre that you're in and thinks like you do and is agreeable to the terms that you both set down and put together. That's very important. You've got to make sure that you know what you want and they know what they want, and they've got to meet. They've got to be the same. So that's co-authoring the book. It can be great. I've never done it. I've never co-authored a book, but I've often thought about it because my members in my family, often would say, well, that's a good part. Let me tell you about this, but their ideas weren't exactly the same. Even though they were family, I realized, and I said, no, that's okay, because I'm doing it this way. And then when the book would come out on Amazon, they say, boy, I didn't know you could write. I didn't know you could write like that, and then they realized, well, I'm glad we didn't put that part in there because I was thinking differently, but I like the way you did it. So you have to follow your own mind of how you're going to do this co-authoring. It's very important. They've both got to be on the same page about everything, about whose book cover design, about whose name's going to go on first, about the royalties, the shared workload, book signings, how you're going to work that out. If one can't go, the other one can go. All of that has to come to agreement. That's one of the cons that people don't think about. Everybody may not agree. The pros is doing all this. You share everything, and more creativity, more thoughts, more ideas that can be put together, make a fantastic story. But not if you don't agree on the book cover design, whose name goes first. All of that, because when you're by yourself, you can think about all that stuff. You do it all yourself, but another person may say, well, I don't like that design. I don't think that's a really right book cover. I think we should do this. You say, you got to get all that together. Got to be on the same page in every aspect before you co-author a book with somebody else, because you got to find out what they want compared to what you want. And don't sign an agreement until you both decide if this is going to work. Is this going to work for me? Is this going to work for you? If it's not, then we just say, go, keep writing. You write what you write. I write what I write. So co-authoring can be great, but it can also be a hazard if you don't know what you want and you're not you're not on the same page. So that's what co-authoring is all about. So now I'm going to stand up and show you what I have on. Today's been getting near Christmas, so I got my little Christmas tree up. I don't know if you can see it back here. It's right back there, and it lights up by itself. So I've been doing a lot of things, trying to get clothes together too, and I want to give some clothes out, Christmas families that need clothing. So anyway, let me stand up for a minute and I'll show you what I got on. So just hold on. But co-authoring, that's what it's about. You got to be on the same page in every aspect, because you're not writing by yourself. You're not just putting your ideas. Somebody else wants to put theirs too. And so you had to come to agreement, because it's co-authoring. So hold on now. Okay, guys, I've fallen in love with these cascading sweaters. Really, this one feels like a baby blanket. Came from Temu, and oh, it's nice. It's really nice. No, yes, this came from Temu. Yeah, wait, or was it Shin? Let me get this straight. No, this came from. No, this came from Temu. Yeah, it was from Temu. Yeah, I got the white one. Anyway, and I just put it on over. I'm not dressed up today, like I said I was doing things. So I just put it on over my black top and leggings. But here's what I like about these sweaters so much, guys. Just look at this. Look how I love the way these sleeves come down. Look, aren't they cute? I just think they're so cute. Ooh. And it's like a baby's blanket. Oh, it's just nice. It's got like ribbing, and it's real soft. Real soft. Just gorgeous. So this is all I put on with this here. I don't have any shoes on this time. I was just relaxing. Like I said, I just took my shoes off and everything. I was just resting and trying to do a lot of things. When I finish this video, I'm gonna go back and getting some more clothes together. So I'm a busy bee. But anyway, this is nice. I still have. I told you I've fallen in love with them. I got all these cascading sweaters that go over every outfit, and they're just so nice. Now just look at this. And see, it comes down so nicely. Covers everything. It's really nice. So I could just do a pose for you here. See, these are poses I'm trying. I'm still trying on these poses, guys. But and this, this is just so cute. I just love it. See how it folds around, and it just very nice. Gives you a nice sleek physique on the side. And see that nice wide sleeve? So this is what I have on, and that's the video I made for the pros and cons of co-authoring. Co-authoring is good, but it can also be a hassle if you don't work everything out beforehand, because afterwards it's too late. Don't just sit down and say, we're going to work together, and then you put the book together, and the other one says, well, I want my name on first. No, I started, so yeah, but I'm helping. So got to get everything straight. Got to be on the same page. Okay? Okay. But just look at these sleeves. Aren't they nice? And then you can pull them up like I did here. You can pull them up. But this is just like a baby's blanket. It's like a baby butt almost say, because it's just so soft. So this is me today. And I just love doing these little videos. My husband told me today, he said, when you get in front of the camera and do these videos, he said, you're like a different person. I guess I am. I enjoy it. Because when I'm working at packing and stuff, I'm like, oh, I got to rush. I got to get through this. But when I get behind the camera, I just love you guys. So I just have a good time. But anyway, this is what I have on. Okay. See you later. Have a good evening, guys. I got more links coming, but they haven't come yet. I think because of the weather. Been bad. Okay, when they do, I'll let you know. I'll be back tomorrow with whether or not to use a pen name. We'll talk about that. Bye bye now.